now. Some of that heavier rain headed towards Charlotte right now if you're headed on I-85. A few spotty showers lingering out there into Cherokee County as well as up into Mitchell and McDowell counties, but that's pretty much out of here. And from there, we're going to see a drier trend for the next couple of hours. Once we get into the afternoon, though, we build back in that thunderstorm chance, really after we get past about the lunch hour. But notice this morning that we're getting some sunshine building in. So that's going to build in the instability as we heat things up this morning. That's going to allow for the development of some thunderstorms as we head into the later part of the day. So once we get past noon, that thunderstorm chance comes back into the forecast here. We go from 51 at 8 o'clock to 56 at 10, up to 62 at noon. Highs today into the mid-60s into the upstate. In the mountains, you're actually in the 50s this afternoon. I'll take you through future track and show you that hour-by-hour forecast coming up. If you are headed out to do a little hiking today at some of those reopened trails, be aware that it's going to be a little muddy out there, especially after yesterday's rain, and we've got the possibility of some more showers and thunderstorms on the way for this afternoon. So 45 degrees at 8 o'clock, still a little on the cool side, so probably want a jacket there. Not looking too bad at 11 o'clock at 51 degrees, but again, you are looking at that possibility of some muddy areas out there. 54 at 2 o'clock and then 50 degrees as you head towards 5 o'clock this evening. Keep in mind, it's always a little bit cooler as you start to head up in that elevation there. In terms of the rain on the radar this morning, it is quickly getting out of our area here as it heads out to the east towards the Charlotte area. We're still seeing some very light rain here around Smyrna, just to the east of Blacksburg. If you're traveling from Blacksburg up towards Kings Mountain on 85, you are going to encounter those heavier showers there. As we look up into not really Mitchell County, that far northeastern corner there of McDowell County, just to the east of Grassy Creek, headed out towards Linville, you also have a couple of spotty showers there, but that's pretty much it for the next handful of hours. So we look nice and dry all the way through about the lunch hour. That's when we're going to start to see the next round of some scattered showers fire up. Unlike yesterday, though, we don't have a lot of instability to work with. So and wind energy, I should say. So while we have the potential to see some thunderstorms, I don't think any of them are going to be severe. But you notice after 12 o'clock, we start to see more of those scattered showers developing, starting up in the north and then dropping down to the south. By 3 o'clock, we've got those widespread showers up into the mountains. Pretty scattered, though, once you get into the South Mountains and into the upstate. And that is going to continue throughout the afternoon and into those evening hours. But after about 8 o'clock this evening, most of this dries out, and then we're dry through the rest of the weekend. Rainfall totals through today, not going to pick up a whole lot. We're looking at about a trace to around 1/4 of an inch of rain left out of this system. So this is not going to be a significant rainmaker for us today. Going to be playing dodge them with these showers a little bit more. And keep in mind, in between these scattered showers, you're going to see more sunshine out there today as well. It's a little bit cool, though, as this cold front comes through the area. So our afternoon highs today, especially for the mountains, well below normal by about 10 degrees as we top out only into the mid to upper 50s there. Forest City, that lower elevation, you will get into the low 60s. In the upstate, we're running about 5 degrees below normal, with afternoon highs topping out about 63 there in Spartanburg to around 69 in Greenwood. The further south you go, the more likely you are to get closer to that 70-degree mark, but not quite all the way there. As we head into the day tomorrow, still on the cooler on this Friday morning. I'm First Alert meteorologist Chrissy K. As you head the kiddos out to the bus stop, they'll probably want a jacket. Temperatures are in the 50s and 40s out the door. And for morning recess, we're still in the 50s with that 56. But morning recess, I think, is going to be a go as we've got the next handful of hours that are going to be on the dry side. Around the lunch hour, we'll start to see some showers into the mountains, but the upstate's still looking pretty good with that 62. Afternoon recess is where the kids might end up inside this afternoon. With 63, where we've got those scattered showers and thunderstorms. 64 in that pickup line with still some showers and storms around. The good news is, though, we're not expecting any severe weather with any of those thunderstorms today. So you're good to go to head to that pickup line, or the kiddos on the way home from the bus stop should be okay. They might just get a little bit wet out there. We'll talk more about the dry weekend that we've got on store for us coming up here in just a few minutes. Scotty? Ashley and Scotty, we are going to see a good amount of sunshine this morning, and then we'll start to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms build back in. So it's really a very mixed bag of weather. You'll need pretty much everything on the board today as you head out the door. Right now, those heavier showers are moving their way out towards Charlotte. So if you're traveling up I-85 out of Cherokee County up towards Kings Mountain, Gastonia, you are going to run into some of those heavier showers, but they are now out of our area. We've got a few spotty showers as you look through the northern parts of Madison, Haywood, and right along the Tennessee-North Carolina border there into Graham County. just be aware that these are very light in nature, but you certainly have a couple of spotty showers there. So what do you need to grab on the way out the door? I'd grab a jacket because the temperatures are in the 40s and 50s this morning, so you want something to keep you a little bit on the warmer side there. But notice through the morning hours, we've got a decent amount of sunshine here. 51 at 8 o'clock, 60 at 11, so grab those sunglasses, but then also grab the rain gear because this afternoon we've got more scattered showers and thunderstorms on the way. 64 degrees, and those storms start to fire up after about lunchtime and continue on and off as we head throughout the afternoon. Not a washout by any stretch of the imagination, but I will show you that hour by hour forecast. Plus, we'll talk about the drier weekend that we have ahead for us coming up here in just a few minutes. Right now, though, we do need to check in with what's going on the roads as you head out the door this morning. We have a little bit of fog that you may encounter on the way out the door. Something to pay attention to if you're traveling through Pickens County up into Jackson County as well into the mountains, the Little Tennessee River Valley there, where it looks like we've got some visibilities that are on the lower side for sure, under probably a mile in some spots. So make sure you're giving yourself a little extra time out there. Some of that stretches until just south of the Greenville area if you're traveling on I-85. But in terms of the rain, those showers that we've been dealing with for the last handful of hours have now raced out of our area, except along the Tennessee-North Carolina border, where we have a few spotty showers right along the border here and through northern parts of Haywood as well as Madison County, including right there on I-26 if you're traveling over the border from North Carolina into Tennessee. Over the next couple of hours, though, pretty quiet out there. Not a lot going on. We'll even see some breaks in the clouds and get that sunshine to build in. That's important to note, though, because that's what's going to lead to that potential for thunderstorms this afternoon. However, we're lacking a little bit of the wind energy today over what we had yesterday, so therefore I don't expect anything to be severe. But notice by around the time we get to about noon, we start to see some scattered showers firing up in the mountains and then dropping south into the upstate. Moving from the north down to the south as we've got an area of low pressure right up here up to our northeast. So that's going to pivot those showers on the backside of that. That's going to continue on and off throughout the evening hours. After about 8, 9 o'clock, it's pretty quiet. Excuse me, and I don't see anything continuing into tomorrow. Temperature-wise today, a touch on the cool side for this time of year, especially into the mountains, where you only get into those mid to upper 50s for afternoon highs. In the upstate, we're in the mid to upper 60s, which is about 5 degrees or so below normal. Normal daytime high in the upstate today, 72, so that 65 is 7 degrees off of where we should be. In the mountains, 68 is your normal daytime high, so 57 is 11 degrees off of normal. Tonight, though, not going to be too bad out there, but we are going to drop down into the low 40s across the upstate, upper 30s into the mountains. No concerns with frost necessarily, but just a cooler start to the day. And then we get another cool afternoon tomorrow with afternoon highs about 63 to 67 across the upstate and northeast Georgia. Another cool afternoon in the mountains and those mid to upper 50s. Not really feeling like mid-April out there, but we'll get closer to normal on Sunday as we get into those upper 60s to low 70s into the upstate and even through the mountains as well. So pretty uniform no matter where you are on Sunday across the Western Carolinas, with a lot of sunshine as we are pretty dry out there this morning. We do have some of those scattered showers from earlier that are now out over the Charlotte area. For parts of the mountains, though, we are seeing a couple of spotty showers showing up from Flat Creek up 26 up towards Flag Pond. Very light in nature. You got a shower around Crabtree and then a couple of spotty showers here right along the Tennessee-North Carolina border as you look into the northern parts of Graham County. But that's about it going on the radar, and that's going to be about it for the next handful of hours. And in fact, look at all this sunshine that's going to break out as we head through the morning. It's once we get into the afternoon, we're going to use some of that instability that builds this morning with that heating of the day, as well as just a little bit of lingering moisture from an area of low pressure that's up to our northeast there, pivoting some of those spotty showers into the area. So starting up to our north in Tennessee, diving south through the mountains and then into the upstate, we've got some of those scattered showers as well as the possibility of a few thunderstorms, but we're lacking the same wind energy we had yesterday, so that's why we're not necessarily looking at severe weather with any of these. Overall, they're pretty mundane, not expecting heavy downpours either. This is going to continue on and off as we head throughout the evening hours. By the time we get to about 7, 8 o'clock, most of this is pretty much out of here. Maybe an isolated shower or two tries to hang on through 11 o'clock, but really we're done with this as we look into those early overnight hours. Rainfall totals, we're looking at a trace to around 1/4 of an inch at the most. Most of us picking up a trace of an inch. So that's how light in nature these showers, even if you get get some good thunder and lightning going, these are going to be pretty limited in the amount of rain that they're able to produce. Now, because we've got some sunshine this morning, that's going to help to warm us up across the upstate. However, the effects of this cold front are going to be felt a lot more into the mountains this afternoon. In the upstate, you got that 63 for a high in Spartanburg, 65 in Greenville with 68 from Anderson down to Greenwood, as well as Elberton. Asheville, a high though only of 57. That puts you about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. 56 out towards Bryson City with that 62 in Forest City. Now we clear the rain out of here just in time to get all that sunshine back for this upcoming week, which includes me. Definitely not a professional there. One of the big issues down at Augusta National today is actually it's going to be breezy. Not seeing a lot in terms of those rain chances for today, but those winds could gust as high as 25 miles per hour, which of course could have an impact on some of the players' games today, depending on which direction, whether they're heading into the wind or whether that wind is in a favorable direction for them today. But if you're going to spectate, it is going to be a beautiful day to be out there. You got 56 here coming up at 9 o'clock in just a half hour. 66 though as we head towards noon. 70 degrees at 3 o'clock, so a little bit warmer down there in Augusta than the mid 60s we're going to see here at home. 68 degrees with a lot of sunshine, nice mix of sun, sun and clouds, I should say, down at Augusta National. Not going to see any of that rain from our area translate down that far south. Those are going to move through our area and then kind of diminish as we head into the evening. We'll talk more about the timeline of that and then the beautiful weekend that we've got ahead for us coming up here in just a few minutes. But right now, we have a little bit of fog as you head out the door this morning that you need to pay attention to. It's very isolated out there, but if you're traveling through Rutherford County, up into southern parts of McDowell as well, so places like Marion, down to Old Fort into Rutherfordton, you're likely going to encounter visibilities less than half a mile, so give yourself a little extra time there. We are seeing improvements out towards the Little Tennessee River Valley as you look into Jackson County, and everything through the upstate looks pretty good right now. The radar is quiet for the moment for the most of us. We have to look up into those high mountains to get a few spotty showers right along Graham County border there with Tennessee. You've got a couple of spotty showers there, and then around Hot Springs as you look into Madison County, stretching over to I-26 and then up around Ramsey Town as you look a little further to the north there into the mountains. Over the next couple of hours, we're on the drier side of things. Going to see a good amount of sunshine here this morning. So grab those sunglasses, but also grab the rain gear for later on today, because once we get closer to the lunch hour, we start to see some of these scattered showers redevelop. So kind of working with some of that heat of the day. We've got just a little more moisture in the atmosphere from an area of low pressure that's up to our north and east there. So that's going to pivot these isolated showers into the area. And because we got the sunshine this morning, that's going to give us just enough instability to probably hear a rumble or two of thunder. Not expecting any severe weather though, because we're lacking the same wind energy we had yesterday. 4 o'clock, we've still got those scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms showing up on the radar there. And then by the time we get to about 6 o'clock, now we're starting to see those rain rates come down. And then by the time we get to 8 o'clock this evening, we're pretty much done with this for the rest of the weekend. Now, temperature-wise, we've got a pretty big difference depending on where you are today, because we do have a cold front coming through. So the mountain's going to feel the effects of that today with a high of 56 in Bryson City, 57 in Asheville, 59 in Hendersonville. But we're a little bit warmer in the upstate with that 63 in Spartanburg, 65 Greenville to Union, and 67 for that afternoon high in Anderson. Still, this is well below normal for this time of year by 5 to 10 degrees. In the upstate, you're 7 degrees off your normal daytime high of 72. And in the mountains, 57 is 11 degrees off your normal daytime high. Tomorrow morning, waking up to the upper 30s to those low 40s. So a chillier start to the day on Saturday, but a lot of sunshine. Still a little unseasonably cool, though, especially for the mountains in those mid to upper 50s. With the upstate pretty similar to today into those mid 60s. We'll start to gain some ground, though, for Sunday into the upper 60s to low 70s for those afternoon highs and a lot of sunshine. Keep in mind, though, it's a little on the cool side as we start off the day afternoon, where we've got some more scattered showers on the way. And this morning, we are dealing with a little bit of patchy fog. Very isolated in nature, but if you're traveling through Rutherford and parts of McDowell County, you are encountering those low visibilities here, especially around Rutherfordton, up towards places like Marion as well. So give yourself some extra time there. That fog that was a little further to the west out into Jackson County has now started to clear up pretty nicely, and the upstate is looking pretty good as well. We did have some showers earlier this morning, but those have now moved out of our area, except for right into the high mountains up along the Tennessee-North Carolina border. We've got a few spotty spotty showers up here into Graham County, right along the Tennessee-North Carolina border. And then up around Madison County, you've got some of those spotty showers around Hot Springs, up towards Ivy, and then stretching up towards Ramsey Town as you look into those mountains. Our temperatures out the door into the upstate, we're now solidly into the 50s, so not too bad to start off with this morning. Our temperatures into the mountains, bigger temperature range here from the low 40s to around 50 degrees. So I'd still grab a jacket as you head out the door this morning. Now, as we head into the afternoon, we are going to slowly climb, but it's going to be a cooler day. 56 and a lot of sunshine at 10 o'clock, 63 at 1 and 4. Grab the sunglasses for this morning, but the rain gear for this afternoon, as we've got a chance for showers later on today. And we'll talk more about the timing on that and how much rain we could get today coming up here in just a few minutes. Right now, though, I want to send things over to our first alert traffic expert, Chris Scott. Rain on the way for today as we just get this final push from this cold front headed into our area today. It's not going to be an all-day washout, but we do at least have that chance for rain, especially as we head into this afternoon. So as we take a look at the radar right now, it's into the mountains that we've got a few spotty showers out there, very light in nature. But enough that it could slow you down a little bit as you're working through Swain County, right along the Tennessee-North Carolina border, up into Graham County as well. A few spotty showers if you're traveling 26 north of Flat Creek up towards Flag Pond in Tennessee, around Cane River and up towards Bakersville. Again, these are very light in nature out there, and that's really just isolated to that Tennessee-North Carolina border. Over the next couple of hours, that's really going to be the only place where we could potentially see some showers until we get closer to the lunch hour. But notice we've got some of those sunnier skies building across our area here this morning. That's actually going to work to build in those showers and give us a chance for some thunderstorms. But unlike yesterday, we're lacking that wind energy that we had, so I don't expect to see any severe weather today. After about the lunch hour, we start to see a few spotty showers work their way over the border from Tennessee down into North Carolina and eventually into the South Carolina side of things. We've got this area of low pressure up here to our northeast. It's just kind of pivoting those showers into the area on and off as we head into this afternoon. Not a ton of rain with these. Again, we may get a spotty thunderstorm or two, but nothing severe expected. And then after about 6 o'clock, it really starts to lighten up, becoming a lot more isolated in nature. And then after about 8 o'clock, we're pretty much done with this. Rainfall totals, we're looking at a trace to around 1/4 of an inch at the most. So again, this is not going to be a significant rainmaker for us today. It's not going to rain on anybody all afternoon long, but you need to have that rain gear handy for you for any of those showers at any point. We're also talking, though, about this cold front that's driving these shower chances. So that means we're going to feel the effects of that more so in the mountains today as we get those afternoon highs dropping into the mid to upper 50s, which is running about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. In the upstate, you're also on the cooler side in those mid to upper 60s, which is about 5 to 10 degrees below where we should be for the middle part of April. We stay on the cooler side for Saturday, but it does dry out. It'll be another beautiful day down at Augusta National. They had a great day yesterday for round one. Unfortunately, though, today the winds are going to be picking up down there. So that's going to be one of the downsides to the golf game today, is that we are looking at some breezy conditions, winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour at Augusta National. So depending on which direction some of those golfers are hitting, whether it's into or against the wind, that could be a little bit of an issue. But no rain in the forecast down at Augusta National, unlike up here where we do have a few spotty showers, and they're going to be a little bit warmer. We've got 56 degrees here right now. We've got 66 as we head towards noon today, 67 as we head towards 3 o'clock down at Augusta National, and 68 at 6 o'clock. For all of you amateur golfers who are going to be golfing around here today, we're looking at afternoon highs into the mid-60s, and you are going to be dodging a few showers this afternoon. We'll talk more about those shower chances, but the beautiful golf weather for this weekend coming up here in just a few minutes. Haley? Showers in the mountains here this morning. That's the only place where we're seeing some light rain still lingering across the area for now, because this afternoon we are going to start to build those rain chances back in. But you've got some light rain around Chioa, just to the east of Bryson City as you get closer to Highway 19, and then up around the Walnut area out towards Cane River down to Flat Creek as well. You've got some spotty showers on both sides of I-26 actually as you're traveling through Madison and Yancey counties. Over the next couple of hours, that's really going to be the only area that we see some of these showers, because the upstate, you'll notice, is nice and dry until we get through about the lunch hour. And that's when some of those showers start to make a little more progress down to the south into the mountains and then continue into the upstate. Now, it's going to be very scattered in nature, not expecting anyone to get rain all day long. long, although in the mountains, those high mountains along the Tennessee-North Carolina border, that's where you have the best chance to see more of those on and off showers. After about 2 o'clock, we continue to see those showers progress down from the north to the south. What we're looking at is an area of high pressure just up here to our northeast that's pivoting those showers into the area around that area of low. By the time we get to about 6 o'clock, a lot of this becoming much more isolated in nature, and we really clear out after about 8, 9 o'clock this evening, drying out for this upcoming weekend. Now, this is all being driven by a frontal system, so the effects of that cold front are actually going to be felt today into the mountains as we top out about 56 to around 58. In the upstate, you're looking at more so about 63 to around 67 for those afternoon highs. Still unseasonably cool, though, for this time of year. 72 is the normal daytime high in the upstate, so 65 is 7 degrees below normal. 57 in the mountains today is 11 degrees off of your normal daytime high, which is in the upper 60s. Now, tonight we're going to drop into the upper 30s to low 40s. Not terrible, but a little bit on the chilly side there. And then tomorrow afternoon, very similar temperature-wise, but tomorrow we have a lot of sunshine on the way. Afternoon highs in the mid-60s across the upstate and northeast Georgia tomorrow, and in the mountains we're looking at those mid-50s there. And we do actually have the full pink moon tomorrow, so that is going to peak in the sky at about 8:22. It's named after the spring pink flowers there. So it is a micro moon, which means it looks a little bit smaller in the sky than a typical full moon. And if you're headed out and about to do a little sky gazing, as we head into tomorrow evening, make sure you grab those jackets. We're in the 50s there from 9 to 11 o'clock with a lot of nice clear skies, though. So
is it Queen of Country International Airport? Jolene International.
Oh, I like that one.
I have ideas.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the airport, are the skies clear enough to be able to fly today? Is it a good day to take flight?
we do have a couple of spotty showers out there, but I don't expect any airport delays today.
Well, good.
Yeah, even.
Well, hello and welcome to the Midday News on Fox Carolina. I'm Haley Spittler, joined by Fox Carolina First Alert meteorologist Chrissy K. It is day 2 of the Masters tournament, and we know so many people love this tradition. So what's the weather like in Augusta for those golfers and patrons?
I got to tell you, Haley,
Where's my golf ball that hit a hole in one?
Right? You're hitting it that way. Hit that way.
Oh, I always do that.
The hole is over there. Yeah, and so yesterday was a beautiful day out there. We had a lot of sunshine. Today, the one thing that you can see on our flag here is that it's going to be breezy for the players out there today. Yeah, so we're looking at winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour.
My gosh.
Unfortunately, so that could play a role in, especially if they're hitting into the wind versus with the wind. So that could be an issue. Scattered showers showing up on the radar right now. You can see up into the North Mountains is where we've got a few spotty showers up around Bryson City and then right along the Tennessee-North Carolina border. More substantial showers as you look towards Fines Creek, out towards Walnut as well, and then continuing up those mountains there. Down around Biltmore Village into Beaver Dam, you've got a couple of lightning strikes actually here, starting to build with some of that instability from the heating of the day. And then you've got Marion down further to the south there into the northern parts there of Rutherford County. Some scattered showers can continue to drop south out of Tennessee into the mountains and then continue down south into the upstate here over the next hour. So then we're going to start to build across pretty much all of the western Carolinas as we head into this afternoon. By 2 o'clock, you've got isolated to widely scattered showers continuing on and off, and those will continue into this afternoon. This is very hit and miss. I don't know that I necessarily cancel any outdoor plans over this, but I would definitely have that radar handy on our First Alert weather app to check before you head outside. 6 o'clock, we've still got a few scattered showers, but notice we're really coming down in the amount that we're seeing on the radar, so really starting to become much more isolated in nature. And once we get past about 8 o'clock this evening, we're done with this, and we're looking good for the rest of the weekend. Rainfall totals going forward, we're looking at about a trace to around as much as 1/10 of an inch. Not a lot of rain left out of the system. We're so scattered in nature. We could get a couple of thunderstorms, though, especially with all the sunshine that we've gotten across the upstate this morning. That's going to help to build just enough instability for thunderstorms, but we're lacking the wind energy we had yesterday, so I don't expect to see any severe thunderstorms there. Temperature-wise, we're going to get to those mid-60s across the upstate, about 64 in Greenville, Spartanburg, as well as Union this afternoon, 67 into Elberton. Across the mountains, we're looking at 50s, though, as you're starting to feel the effects of that cold front that's producing these showers. You get that 56 in Bryson City, 54 for the afternoon high into Asheville. We are going to see the sun
about National Clean Up Your Pantry Day.
Woohoo!
When's the last time you cleaned or organized your pantry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem is that, I will clean and I will get everything organized, and then there are other people that live in my house who don't respect my organization.
I see.
My husband.
It's been a while.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't think I've organized my pantry for a minute. Probably when I moved in, so
Yeah.
it's been a while there. I think that I clean my apartment every single week, but
Okay.
to me it's that's a task that's done. The pantry's behind. I don't need to do that.
Yeah, right?
But I really should, because I'm sure that some of my food is expired, and also I love putting things into clear jars, and right now it's not looking
It's not looking so great.
so great. So, and I've gotten new things, so they should have new spots.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll actually participate in National Clean Out Your Pantry Day.
It is spring cleaning time,
Yeah.
so it's a good time of year to do
Absolutely.
it.
So if you guys are thinking about doing it as well, we're going to go over how you can get your pantry clean and organized. There's
Let's
some
do
helpful
it.
tips. So one, empty out your entire pantry. So they say take every single thing out. So maybe step one, clean your kitchen. Have clean counter space. Step two, empty out your pantry onto that.
Yeah.
And then you can start fresh. You've got nothing in the cabinets.
I will say, I think this is why I don't do it very often, because this is how I do it. So I want to make sure, everything goes back in
Yep.
and has a spot.
And you have to be in the mindset of it's going to get messy, but then it's going to
Yeah.
be great.
It's going to take a while, too. Purge old and expired items. This is definitely a good reason to do it.
Yeah.
Because especially, sometimes you move stuff back and then you're like, oh, hey, how long have you been in here?
Talking about food waste, this is why it's also good to keep it really organized so that
Yeah.
you don't waste the food.
That's a really good point, too.
Like that. All right, take inventory. So trying to figure out what your staples are, what you're maybe overbuying, what you need more of, so you can do smarter grocery trips as well.
That's a really good idea.
I like that.
Categorize.
Yes. Start putting the things together before they go
Yes.
back in.
I do have everything, I have buckets.
Yeah.
And so, I put, snacks in this one, candy goes
Yep.
in this one.
I love it.
So.
Get a lazy Susan for your oils and things. Oh, we skipped
Smart.
one. 5, use clear containers for a clear lid.
Ah, there you go. Right,
I
what
like
you're
that.
talking
I
about.
think that.
Make a kid-friendly spot.
Oh, I like this a lot, especially for you with Knox. They
Yes.
say have it be low, and it can be snacks that they can go and grab on their own, and don't touch anything else in my pantry.
And we do. We have a box. He knows that that's where his stuff is. He can have anything he wants out of that one.
I love it, and really important. That's what we all need to really follow. Keep it up, so you don't have to keep doing it. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
that much work every time, because you're just gonna, if you grab something, put it away in the same spot right away.
I always try to reason with myself that it takes no more than 30 extra seconds to put stuff away in the correct spot.
Yeah.
But then I don't.
And then it takes you hours to put everything away. So
Right.
let's just take the 10 seconds.
Should.
Happy National Clean Out Your Pantry Day, guys.
Many showers diving south through the mountains right now, but I do anticipate that starting to pick up here as we head through the afternoon. You got a few light sprinkles down around Bryson City and another batch trying to make it up and over the Tennessee-North Carolina border. Crabtree getting some light rain up towards Fines Creek, around Asheville, up towards Flat Creek as well. Down towards Bank Creek into Hoopers Creek and down towards Brevard, you also have some spotty showers there. Right now, not seeing any lightning with any of these, but by Dysartsville, you've also got some of those showers, and those stretch down to just to the west of Duncan Creek. Those scattered showers are going to continue to dive south as we head through the next couple of hours, getting into the upstate after we get past between about noon and 1 is when we start to see them move into the upstate and continue to stream across the mountains here. Everything coming from the north down to the south, thanks to this area of low pressure up to our northeast that's pivoting those showers around this. Notice it's pretty scattered in nature, not going to rain on anybody all afternoon long. And when you're not seeing these showers, we get some sunshine in between. So you really need the rain gear and the sunglasses this afternoon. And after about 6 o'clock, this really lightens up and becomes very isolated through about 8, 9 o'clock and then clears out from there. Temperature-wise, we top out into those mid-60s this afternoon. Cooler than where we should be for this time of year, but really feeling the effects of this cold front into the mountains where you get into those mid-50s. 57 in the mountains is 11 degrees below the normal daytime high of 68. So we're well below where we should be for middle part of April. In the upstate, your normal daytime high is 72, so 65 is 7 degrees off of your normal daytime high. Now, tomorrow morning is going to be a little cool. little unseasonably cool, upper 30s to low 40s, but at least staying above the freezing mark. No concerns with any frost there. And then Saturday afternoon is still a touch on the cool side. A lot like what we saw today with temperatures with afternoon highs into the mid 60s once again across the upstate, mid 50s there into the mountains. But tomorrow night we actually have the full pink moon, so a good opportunity to get in a little sky gazing despite the cooler temperatures. It technically peaks at 8:22 on Saturday evening, named after the spring pink flowers that we're seeing across our area here. It is a micro moon, which means it looks a little bit smaller in the sky because it's, keep in mind, the moon's orbit is elliptical, so it's at a further point in its orbit there from the Earth, so that makes it look just a little bit smaller in the sky. If you're headed out to do some sky gazing tomorrow night, you got 55 at 9 o'clock, 53 at 10, and 51 at 11 o'clock, so it's cool but clear out there. Going to be
The coolest jobs. You know, we get to go out there, and as a journalist, I love finding people in our community who are doing extraordinary things despite some really hard circumstances. And I've gotten to know Aaron and Clint Henderson so well over the last few years. I get to volunteer with them and pack these bags, and I'm always just in awe of their strength, of, you know, the fact that while anybody would have understood their grief of not wanting to do anything, they instead said, no, we're going to go help others walking through this. And I know you're crying.
Sorry.
There was not a dry eye in the room last night. Actually, the sweetest moment was we got to sing Happy Birthday to Cole. And I don't know if we really sang it because we were all just crying through it, but it's just such a beautiful, I mean, his life and his legacy are still celebrated, and I love that for them. And it's just hearing the story. They do such great things for our community, and it's just another reason why I love living in the upstate.
Yeah, like as a mom, you like can't imagine that type of pain.
Yeah.
And that they turned it into something.
They did.
Where they could give it back to other people. I'm sorry, my voice.
No, you're good. I think it just shows, you know, how powerful it is, what they do, and yeah, they're just amazing people. And I would really encourage everybody to go learn more about Cole's Victory Lap, because I think what it does is it pulls on your heartstrings. I don't want to call it heartbreaking because my heart breaks for Aaron and Clint, but it's just the most amazing thing that they've done with their grief, which I think is what really moves so many of us to
They
tears.
turned it into something positive and something that they can give back to other people.
Yeah, and
It's
I think,
amazing.
you know, Cole will live on forever now, so I love that. Well, I don't know a really good transition for this one. Normally I do, but I hope you all have a great weekend.
Yes, there you
and here's
go.
the national anthem.